we're back. It's only been a couple minutes, if that. Doesn't take long to mix this stuff at all once you know what you're doing. Now this stuff is pretty runny. Now you don't want it too runny because it just doesn't apply very well. So this is when you're just learning how to mix this stuff. It is kind of a touch and go thing. Like when you're mixing it to do regular, like the first application, you want roughly like a milkshake style consistency to it, which is usually more than good enough to cover things properly. Now it is possible to use UltraCal to do like a mold. The only thing is if expect seams, big fat seams in your actual projects. If that's okay with you, then yeah, you can use it as a casting medium. But if you don't want seams, stick with the silicone rubber. And if you have a lot of undercuts, i.e. detail work, do not use UltraCal. You will lose all your detail work. Trust me on that. All the time you spent sculpting will have been for absolutely nothing. It'll be an absolute waste of your time, and you will be thoroughly unimpressed. So now that everything's covered, start adding more and more layers of burlap. Now burlap can be bought anywhere really. You can go to like a seasonal store, like a hardware store, Home Depot, Canadian Tire, any store like that. It's the same burlap they use to wrap trees. You usually get about 10 meters of it for about $10. So it's relatively inexpensive, especially if you're doing casts. If you're a teacher looking to maybe get into this for your students, it's very cost effective. Sorry. And if you're a student yourself looking to do a project to wow your teachers, this is something that's totally doable, because it's not expensive and it has really great results. Just if you're inexperienced, try little projects. That way you're not you're not setting yourself up for a massive disappointment, and you're not wasting your time. And I know these days when you're trying to get something done for school, time is usually of the essence, and you want to make the best use of that time. I'm trying to use as much of this burlap as I can, just so it's going to be a nice strong mold. I've got no issue with that. Just I hate having a whole lot of leftover material, and then you got to figure out where you're going to put it and store it and all that jazz. If it's already used, then there's nothing to worry about. So, but yeah, absolutely make sure that all your prep work, i.e. doing your Vaseline, whatever you want to use. Vaseline works the best because it's thick and it goes on very well, plus it is cheap. Vaseline petroleum jelly doesn't have to be Vaseline brand. The stuff I actually use is Teddy's Choice. I think it's like a no-name brand. It's usually find it in the kids section of in the same kind of area where you find all the Q-tips and all that. Really kind of easy to find. Works well. I used about 4 tins of it to do the body cast that I'm using for my the full-blown Guyver 3 body sculpt. And that was a painstaking ordeal. I had never done body casting before, and I had a friend, which I am still very grateful to this day that she actually stuck by and helped me finish the project, because I was in that damn thing for 6 hours and like no feeling left in my extremities, because the two halves of the body cast weighed like 30 pounds apiece, and they were both weighing down on my ankles. So, and then needless to say, I had next to no feeling left in my feet, and I was pretty dehydrated. So, you know, lesson learned with that. Gonna mix up one little more batch because some of the areas are kind of dry and I got some bits left over, but you get the gist of it. Check my time here. 5 minutes, so that's not a problem. Okay. So you can see that it actually doesn't take that long of time frame to actually get something like this done. And you know, even me with talking and going to other topics of conversation, it's really not that difficult. And this will be high and dry in about an hour. I'll be able to pop both sides off, be able to peel the latex right off of it, and one piece done. There you go.